7 military exercises used by special forces can build insane strength, and they are unlike anything most gym goers ever experience. While many people train simply to look good in the mirror or maintain basic health, Special Forces soldiers have training designed for extreme scenarios. They need to lift their own body weight, carry injured comrades, push through exhaustion, and survive in high-risk zones where failure is not an option. The exercises they perform are built to condition both body and mind, forging resilience, power, and endurance that most people would struggle to match. Today, you'll discover 7 exercises that these elite soldiers use to develop insane strength. No equipment is needed, no fancy machines, just raw, functional movements that create real, usable power. If you make it to the end of this program, you'll already be stronger than most. Before we dive in, take a moment to comment below with your name and how long you've been training. Sharing this helps create a community of people who are ready to push past limits. We start with mountain climbers, one of the most complete exercises in the Special Forces arsenal. Imagine climbing a mountain without leaving your spot. Each rapid movement drives your knees toward your chest, while your arms and shoulders stabilize your upper body, your core braces like a steel plate, and your legs fire repeatedly, building explosive strength. The primary target is the core, but the quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, shoulders, and arms all contribute. To perform it correctly, assume a high plank with hands aligned beneath your shoulders and your body forming a straight line from head to heels. Keep your core tight, as if drawing your belly button toward your spine. Drive one knee towards your chest, quickly returning it to the starting position, then alternate legs in a continuous, controlled rhythm. The key is moderate speed and full control, ensuring an intense burn in the abdomen while shoulders sustain slight fatigue. Breathe rhythmically, exhaling as the knee comes forward. Common mistakes include raising the hips too high, forming an A shape, letting the lower back sag or arch, and sacrificing form for speed. Start with 3 sets of 30 seconds, resting a minute between sets, gradually progressing to 45 seconds and reducing rest to 30 seconds. Advanced operators often wear a tactical backpack to add resistance, but the priority is mastering technique before adding load. This exercise enhances cardiorespiratory endurance, coordination, and agility, all essential traits for anyone looking to train like a soldier. Next is the bear crawl, a movement that traces back to the most primal human patterns, but has been refined into a potent full-body exercise. Special Forces incorporate it to build functional strength across nearly every muscle. The shoulders, deltoids, trapezius, triceps, and stabilizing scapular muscles hold the body weight, while the core maintains spinal alignment. The legs are equally engaged. Quadriceps, hamstrings, and calves coordinate to propel the body forward. More than just strength, this movement conditions mental endurance. When fatigue sets in, pushing through becomes the ultimate lesson in perseverance. To perform it, start on all fours with hands beneath shoulders and knees beneath hips. Lift the knees 2 to 4 inches off the floor, forming a low, controlled stance. Advance by moving the right hand and left foot together, then the left hand and right foot, maintaining a stealthy posture as if maneuvering through enemy territory. Avoid raising the hips too high or taking overly long steps, which compromises stability, and maintain consistent breathing. Start by covering 33 feet, resting a minute, repeating 5 times. Progressively increase distance and reduce rest to intensify the challenge. Elite units sometimes add sandbags to simulate transporting equipment, heightening the physical and mental challenge. The sandbag deadlift follows, an exercise that bridges the gym with battlefield reality. Unlike perfectly balanced barbell lifts, soldiers must lift uneven, unpredictable loads, whether a wounded teammate or critical equipment. This exercise targets spinal erectors, glutes, hamstrings, forearms, traps, and rhomboids, creating stability under heavy, unstable conditions. Begin with a sandbag on the floor between your feet, feet shoulder width apart or slightly wider. Bend at the knees and hips, maintaining a rigid spine as if a rod runs from head to tailbone. Grip the sandbag, brace your core like armor, and drive through the heels, extending knees and hips to stand fully upright. Lower the sandbag with the same controlled technique, emphasizing the eccentric phase. Mistakes include rounding the back, looking up or down instead of keeping a neutral neck, lifting with arms instead of legs, or neglecting the descent. 4 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions with challenging but manageable weight, resting 90 seconds between sets, builds raw power and control. Advanced operators sometimes finish with a 66-foot carry, mimicking evacuation of sensitive equipment under duress. The sandbag deadlift is functional strength in its purest form, training muscles and mind for unpredictability and stress. Shoulder tap push-ups are next, a twist on the classic push-up that demands balance, coordination, and unilateral stability. Beyond targeting the chest, triceps, and anterior deltoids, this movement recruits deep shoulder stabilizers, rotator cuff muscles, and core. Each tap challenges the serratus anterior and external rotators, preparing the body for asymmetric forces and correcting imbalances. Start in push-up position, hands slightly wider than shoulders, body forming a straight line from heels to head. Perform a push-up, then lift one hand to tap the opposite shoulder, immediately returning to the ground, alternating sides. Mistakes include allowing the hips to rotate, arching the lower back, or not completing a full push-up before tapping. Begin with 3 sets of 8 repetitions per side, resting 60 seconds, progressing to 4 sets of 12 repetitions with 45 seconds rest. This exercise builds functional upper body and core strength, while training the nervous system to coordinate complex movements under load. Burpees are infamous in military training for their intensity and mental challenge. Few exercises tax the entire body while pushing the mind to persevere like the burpee. It combines a squat, plank, push-up, and explosive jump in one fluid movement, engaging quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, core, chest, deltoids, triceps, and every stabilizing muscle along the kinetic chain. The exercise teaches explosive power, rapid recovery, and stamina, simulating scenarios like quickly getting up from cover or overcoming obstacles in combat. Begin standing with feet shoulder width apart, drop into a squat, place hands on the floor, kick back into plank, perform a push-up, return to squat, and finish with an explosive jump, fully extending the arms overhead. Smooth transitions are crucial. Fatigue is part of the process, but form must remain precise. Avoid arching the back, incomplete push-ups, or shallow jumps. Start with 5 sets of 8 repetitions, resting 90 seconds between sets, progressively increasing repetitions and intensity over time. Burpees condition cardiovascular endurance, muscular strength, and mental resilience in one compact but brutal package. The cold plank hold as the 6th exercise combines isometric core strength with environmental stress. It targets the abdominals, obliques, lower back, shoulders, traps, glutes, and quadriceps simultaneously. Beyond physical benefits, performing the plank in cold conditions trains mental toughness, preparing soldiers to function effectively even when their body signals discomfort. Assume a forearm plank, elbows under shoulders, body forming a straight line from head to heels, contracting core and glutes, keeping shoulders away from the ears. Environmental cold intensifies calorie burn and psychological resilience, essential for missions requiring static observation or precision positioning in harsh conditions. Common errors include letting hips drop or rise, elbows misaligned, or failing to actively contract muscles. Start with 30 to 45 seconds, resting 60 seconds, repeating 3 times, gradually extending duration as endurance improves. The cold plank holds the body rigid under strain while training the mind to endure discomfort without breaking form, a fundamental principle in Special Forces conditioning. Finally, the pull-up represents the pinnacle of bodyweight training. It is a timeless measure of upper body and core strength, testing the latissimus dorsi, rhomboids, trapezius, biceps, forearms, and grip in every repetition. Using a pronated grip slightly wider than shoulder width, hang fully extended with core engaged and scapula retracted. Pull yourself upward until your chin passes the bar, focusing on contracting the back muscles rather than relying on the arms. Control the descent to maintain constant tension. Common mistakes include swinging the body, in complete range of motion, letting shoulders rise to the ears, or overusing biceps. Beginners start with 4 sets to failure, resting 90 seconds, while advanced practitioners add weight or slow eccentric descents to further challenge strength and endurance. Pull-ups strengthen the upper body for climbing, lifting, and pulling, forming the foundation for all functional movements needed in high-intensity operations. Thank you for watching all the way through. Remember, the path to true strength is built one disciplined repetition at a time. Train consistently, stay mindful of your technique, and you'll discover a new level of power, endurance, and confidence within yourself. May God bless your journey and keep pushing forward, soldier.